good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you, whenever you may be watching. I'm Grant Thomas. This is Fine Fast Food, and today, you saw it, it's ChainFEST time. See what it's about. All right, you saw it, and I do want to get into this right away. I want to apologize. I could have been more prepared, could have had a plan going into it, but I didn't know what to expect. And for those of you that, don't know much about what ChainFEST is, all that stuff, let me show you real quick. So, following a sold-out debut with 5,000 fans last year, ChainFEST, the world's first and largest gourmet chain food festival, is returning to Los Angeles on October 5th. With all that stuff, all-star lineup featuring gourmet collabs, one-of-a-kind pop-up restaurant. You see it? That is what ChainFEST is about. BJ Novak, one of his friends who's a Michelin star chef, that's who's behind it. That's the basic stuff. Every time you see a ChainFEST video, it starts BJ Novak, all that stuff. You know that stuff. So this is ChainFEST. That is what they're about. Gourmet food. And you see all the chains. Regional chains. Some things like this. Lactose ice cream. Things for everybody. Everybody can get something nice. Even if you want a drink or two. And you saw the different food I got. So how do I want to do this? Obviously, this is a food review channel. I'm not just going to eat the food. I got to tell you how it was. We got to go over the food. So I just want to hop into it. And then at the end, I can show you all the cool stuff I got. I just had a random Domino's box. And you know what? We'll just go over it now. Look at all this stuff. Got stickers. You got cool kookaroo wristbands. Got the bag that I won from the Red Robin game. The Peptos, the chewable Peptos. The straw from Dutch Bros. Even this is the plastic straw, but still, it's a straw. Keychains. The Dutch Bros pin, and then I got the book. Nothing crazy, no t-shirts, no nothing like that. If I wanted any of that stuff, I would have had to go to the gift shop and buy it, but I don't want to buy chain merchandise. And to be honest with you, after the experience I had, I wouldn't buy chain merchandise. I'm sorry to say it, and we'll get into that, but you guys saw it. And speaking of saw it, I just kind of want to get into it. I want to kick it off with Domino's, because this was also, it was the first place I went to, so, you know, there's that. But Domino's, smoked salmon, caviar pizza. They were calling it the bougie pizza, I'm pretty sure. I think that's what it said on the box. This pizza, and you saw it the next clip, it went straight in the trash. I took a bite, I chewed on it. It felt like 20 seconds. I was just standing there like, oh, this is just not good. And I was expecting that. Look at the ingredients, you look at all that. It's just not my type of food. But I wanted to give it a shot. Obviously, it's Domino's, you know, the Domino's crust. I can now say I've eaten a very weird pizza from Domino's. Something that people would never expect. But I can also say it wasn't good. This was by far the worst item that I had at ChainFEST. By far. Love Domino's. I'll always love Domino's. I'm an investor in Domino's, so this was kind of It's kind of eye-opening for what's possible. But as long as Domino's keeps doing Domino's is great. And now, second to last, has to be, you saw it, the Red Robin. You see the picture. You see how great that picture looks. So I said, hey, I think I'm going to wait until towards the end to go to Red Robin, which was definitely a mistake on my end. But you saw it. Mistake on their end as well. Why, at a gourmet, one-of-a-kind food festival, am I being served the smallest of small sliders with that brown avocado on there? That was terrible. I took one bite of it and I didn't even film the bite because that was the part of the day where that's when I realized I was full. Things started to kick in. But I did take a bite of each item too. The onion ring as well. The one onion ring, even though on the listed thing it says onion rings. Would have been nice to give us maybe two, but just one was kind of a slap in the face. You saw, I can't make it up. The box was the biggest box they handed you at the event, and the food inside, probably the smallest that I can think of off the top of my head. Really, really, really bad. Kind of dry. The avocado, it was on there, you saw it, but it was brown. Gourmet food festival, and then I was just given that. It blew my mind. That was one of the moments for me that really showed me what the festival was truly about. And in the spot before Red Robin, what tasted better than Red Robin, but also just kind of raised a little bit of the flags? I'm going to have to say hot dog on a stick. The elote dog, I think it was called. I'm probably saying it wrong, but that corn dog, and this is a common theme, I thought all of them would be at least medium-sized food. I didn't realize it would all be miniature items. But with hot dog on a stick, you really felt it. You really, really, really felt it with the hot dog on a stick. Probably 3 bites at most. Super skinny. Half of it's hot dog, the batter. Whatever they put on top, you see the ingredients, so you'll be able to identify it. But it just tasted, the biggest flavor I got, it was lime-ish. It had like that lime kind of finish to it, which was, I thought it was okay. I thought it would have been so much better though on a more quality hot dog. The little hot dogs that they used or whatever, they were okay, but with the batter and all that stuff, it was just like I said, half of it was batter. So, hot dog on a stick. But it was good. I like the lime. I like that vibe. I like that flavor. So, it was okay. Before hot dog on a stick, I'd have to put Johnny Rockets up. Johnny Rocket, this was one of the other disappointing, super disappointing parts of the day. This was the last part of my day. This was where my phone died. I got the Johnny Rockets. I grabbed the Krispy Kreme, and then I hit the Dutch Bros, and the Dutch Bros was next to the entrance exit. So once I got the Dutch Bros, I headed to the car. That was the clip you saw where I showed the Dutch Bros the drink, and then, you saw the ice cream. You saw the shake, if you really want to call that a shake. That shake was the smallest shake I will ever have in my life. Couple sips. Like, they hand you that little cup when, if you go on Instagram, you see a big shake. They were able to dupe you in all the photos on their Instagram. I'll give them that. They got me. All the food in the Instagram looks decent size. That's just them doing their tricks. But with this milkshake, you cannot tell me, and you're looking at the picture now, you cannot tell me that shake is in a small cup in the photograph. They photographed a regular shake. That was just a small shake. That was just It's ice cream, stuff on top, graham cracker, whatever's on top. It's good. Tastes, very sweet. There was some cheesecake in there. It was a creamy flavor. Get some strawberry in there. The syrup, again, it's good. But the size was incredibly disappointing, especially for the line that I had to wait in there. Why do you think my phone died? Incredible to me that they couldn't give out cups at least the size of Dutch Bros, for example. It was just My whole plan was to get the shake, get the donut. I wanted to dip the donut into the shake. The shake wasn't even big enough to allow that. So it's like, it's just disappointing. And if you notice the B-roll, I don't know if I caught it or not, they had the Johnny Rocket stand. They had a little tunnel thing, maybe going 10 feet. And there's an ice cream truck. There's just a random generic brand ice cream truck in the back with some random name on it, some company name. And they're just serving soft serve out of the truck. So is this really a Johnny Rocket shake? It just felt like they hired a soft serve company to come put stuff on the soft serve in little cups, and they just handed it off as Johnny Rockets. To me, that's what I saw, which was terrible. I thought it was really bad. Definitely not last, because again, the taste was there. I can't say it was a bad item in that regard, but the size, everything around it, extremely disappointing. Johnny Rockets, though, there's a reason Johnny Rockets is in the place that Johnny Rockets is in. Sorry. So now this is where things started to get better. This is where, from here on, these were the good items, the items that I would go back for. If there was a second day today, I would have gone for myself. I would have just gone for these items. I would have gone multiple times around, would have tried doing all that. I would eat these again if they were in this room. You put them in front of me, I'd eat them again. That's just how it is. And to start that list, it's going to have to go to Panda Express. And Panda Express, I like Panda. They even had the head chef of Panda Express doing some sort of interview on the stage. It was cool. They have the whole thing going on right now with hot ones. But here's what I wanted to touch on. Here's why this was so interesting to me. And that is because the LA Dodgers, my Dodgers, fantastic day yesterday. We beat the Padres. We're going to beat them again today, whenever we play them. And you know what happens when the Dodgers win a home game? Exactly. $5 Panda plate rather. But either way, you get a $5, you get 2 entrees, 2 sides. It's normally over $10. They give it to you for $5 when the Dodgers win at home. That's all. Then you type in the code the next day. Easy. One of the best meals in LA for that price, by far. And recently, very recently actually, I started doing this. And all the couple times I've gone so far, I've gotten that chicken. I didn't expect to do a review on it for the channel. I don't know why. It's a big collab and I probably should. But once this event got announced, and once I saw that it would be there, I just said, I'll save it for the ChainFEST video. So here is my comparison between go to a Panda store, that Hot Ones chicken, and then the ChainFEST Hot Ones chicken. And the biggest difference for me, by a long shot, you would notice in a second, if you've had the Panda from the store, you would notice so quick how incredibly spicy the ChainFEST chicken was, the ChainFEST version. Incredibly spicy. I ate one piece, loved it, but because I was so full at that time, I wanted to have room for everything, but I had to throw it out. It was hot outside, and that was so hot, I started sweating. I ate one piece of chicken, and I just started sweating. Really good, but really, really, really hot. If they sold that at Panda stores, a lot of people wouldn't be able to eat it. I understand why they can't go that crazy at the Panda stores. But also very cool to me that I got to try it. If that's what it's supposed to be, if that's how they made it in test kitchens, if that's what they intended to have at the stores and the stores are just doing it wrong somehow, some way, shape, or form, really, really good. And the whole last dab thing, back in the day, I got one of these cool little Palo sauce. This is the sauce, the last dab, that is in the chicken. And it was good. One thing I noticed too, if you were to get a small side at Panda Express, when they give you small sides, there's normally a lot of veggies, all the stuff that comes with the chicken in there. But at the ChainFEST, it was majority chicken. There was a pepper or two in there, but you actually got the chicken. If you got I'm telling you, if you got a small side of Panda and you order online, go to the store, pick up, get a plate, dump all of it onto the plate, and half of it'll be peppers, because that's what they do in the stores. They don't want, they want to conserve chicken. They portion all that stuff. So that was nice. Decent portion. I mean, I wish there were a little more, but we've been over that hundreds of times already with the ChainFEST thing. Portioning isn't their thing, but I like the Panda. I thought it was good, which leads me Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel was really good. The only problem with this biscuit witch, as they were calling it, the biscuits. I've never been a biscuit guy. On the first bite though, I thought, you know what? I might now be a biscuit guy. But as I just kept eating the sandwich, took a couple more bites, I just realized I'm just not a biscuit guy. Definitely the softest biscuit I've ever had anywhere. I've never had a biscuit that wasn't rock solid that you could knock on. I guess I've gotten really unlucky when it comes to biscuits. So halfway through, I just took the biscuits off. I ate the steak out, and I thought it was great. The country fried steak inside with whatever that sauce was, it was really good. I'd eat a big one. I thought it was great. The biscuits wasn't my thing. So it was all right. It was okay. That was Cracker Barrel. Super basic. One of the most basic, I'd say, items of the whole experience. Super easy. Simple. And this is where things start getting really good. This is where the food actually, these are items that if I heard that these chains were coming to LA, if I heard that there was one closer to me, I'd go get one today. I would travel a little bit for these items, definitely. And to start, gotta give credit to White Castle. You guys know me. Grilled onions for me are a no. Or an absolute no. However, they handed me this White Castle slider. I was standing there. I was thinking about it. I know it has onions on it. I know it has whatever that sauce is they put on there. But I wanted to try it. I didn't want to leave this event saying, I haven't had White Castle. I don't know what that's like. I wanted to try it. We don't have White Castle here in LA, so I just wanted to give it a shot. And once I did give it that shot, I was surprised. I liked it a lot, and the onions didn't even bother me. So take that as you will. If you like White Castle, probably really would have liked this. And now, getting into the top three. Well, you'll see. And to start, third place on the day for me has to be Krispy Kreme. You saw it. I got 2 donuts on my way out. I ended up putting them in the microwave last night, get them a little warm. And I ate the Krispy Kreme donuts. It's basic. And I could have put this higher on the list because obviously it's tried, it works, it's a Krispy Kreme glazed donut. So that's really all that was. I can't say more on the Krispy Kreme experience, but the whole reason that it didn't get first, the whole reason that it's not gonna go above everything else, it's basic. That's what they serve. I wanted to give props to a couple of the other items coming up that I think they were unique. They were new items. They were chains that were trying something different. They were things that I haven't had before. So, I've had Krispy Kreme donuts. I think it would have been a very anticlimactic video had I just put Krispy Kreme in first, which is why I didn't put them in first. Which leads me to second place. It's gotta be KFC. Fantastic tender. One tender kind of had me a little, I wish it were more than one tender. Wish we got two tenders. That would have been perfect. The size was there. The potato things on the side, I'm not talking about those. Those were kind of They were very dry. I ended up throwing them out. But the chicken was fantastic, and these are new tenders. These are apparently in the future, in the next coming months, these tenders are going to be debuting at KFC. They're made with a new blend. I think it's the original recipe blend that KFC has. They're just making the tenders a new way, and I thought it was incredible. I thought it was really good. It reminded me, and it even looked like it. It looked like a drumstick without the bone, and that's what it tasted like. It was more quality than a tender. It was really good. And ChainFEST, they made the truffle agrodolce. I don't know how to say it. I probably just messed it up. But you see it? There was a truffle sauce there. And you remember, not even a month ago, we were at Shake Shack, the black truffle menu. I love that truffle. Bring on the truffle. It was great. It was fantastic. Gotta give props to KFC. They have definitely been on a roll as of late. And finally, first place. This is the big moment. This is the real important moment for me. There are two that place first because they serve different items. One's a drink company and one's a food company. So I thought it was fair. Give them both the nod. They deserve it. And that would be Dutch Bros, who I've never had before. They give you two drinks. They give you an energy drink and a coffee. The energy drink was so good that I asked them I didn't want the coffee. I got a second energy drink. And it was fantastic. So good. The little boba things at the bottom. I've never had that before, actually, but I liked it. I liked it a lot. The flavor there, it tastes like Red Bull was the base, which I'm totally fine with. Red Bull's my favorite energy drink, and I don't normally drink energy drinks, and I'm not normally into all that stuff, but this was really good. Reminded me of a soda type of drink, but it was really good, and there was no soda in there, which had me, obviously, look how hyped that gets me. And I did heard a couple rumors here and there. The whole reason, or at least so I think, Dutch Bros came to LA for this event is so they can get people in LA ready for when they actually come to LA. Dutch Bros, if you're watching this, come to LA, please. This was a great, fantastic. I enjoyed it. No complaints on the Dutch Bros. Public chain, which is why I almost didn't go to Dutch Bros. I almost said, it's a drink. I don't need the drink. But then I thought about it. I realized they're public. So then the light bulb goes over my head. That's when I realized I had to try it. They're publicly traded. Have to try it. I got to see what it's about. And I'm so glad I did. And again, first place. But not the end, because again, what's the other first place? And this was the second thing I had of the day, and if you realized in the B-roll, I actually found a way to get it twice, because they forgot to mark my little booklet the first time, and that would be Portillo's. Portillo's, wow. Never been to a Portillo's, I've never even seen a Portillo's, and this completely, and they are publicly traded, so I didn't even know that until this morning actually, so that was a big surprise. So Portillo's, great hot dog, really simple idea, like a Chicago dog with chips and cheese sauce on it, and it delivered. Chicago dog, chips, cheese sauce on it, that's all. The little hot dog, you saw it, wasn't that big. One of those items where the size kind of, I just wish they could have given me a regular hot dog. That would have been fantastic. But this hot dog, I have to admit, the snap is one of the best parts, one of the most important parts, in my opinion, of a hot dog. It's got to have a snap to it. And that hot dog, Portillo's, had a snap to it. Got all the, the relish, the Chicago-style relish, or whatever they called it. It's a Chicago dog. A mini Chicago dog. But you know what? A really, 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 really good Chicago dog. Portillo's earned my respect yesterday. Portillo's earned my love as a fast foodie yesterday. I really, really hope, just just like Dutch Bros, that the reason they decided to bring the pop-up to LA is so people here can anticipate what it'll be like when they come to the city, for real. Because they need to come to the city. Portillo's, if you are watching this, you know me, we got a picture yesterday, come on. If you are watching this, Portillo's, please come to LA. I can't say much about the stock. I don't know much about the stock. I don't know much about the company leadership, the financials, but if it's solely up to the food, keep your eye on Portillo's. I loved it. So there it is, ChainFEST 2024. And here's my rating for the whole event. Really, here's my take on ChainFEST. I thought it wasn't worth it. I paid like 90-ish, a little over $100 after tax. It wasn't worth it. You saw the size of the food. You saw half of the list was me saying I didn't really like this item. They didn't execute it that well. As a content creator, this was definitely a flop. It wasn't what I expected it to be. It wasn't what you go on the website. It's not what they make it look like it's gonna be. But I also realized why. If you go on the website, if you go anywhere where they have a higher profile review of this festival, you realize it's at nighttime. So you're probably thinking, why was I there in the day? And that's where the problem lies. The whole reason that the nighttime event is so glitzy, glamorous, and amazing is because the celebrities are there. So of course they're gonna give the celebrities a better experience than they give the common people, the common men, the common women. So those celebrities didn't have to wait in the long 30+ minute non-moving line that I waited in to get in. Not even, I got in past 12:30, the time that the event was supposed to start. I was standing in line at 12. That's not what the celebrities have to deal with. The higher profile people get that night slot. I don't get the night slot. You don't get the night slot, which I thought was super telling. And also super telling was BJ Novak walking out. It must have been 3:30 while I was in line for Johnny Rockets. He came out at the end. I didn't see him the whole day. I didn't see him anywhere interacting with people, but I did see him sneak out. He walked out from behind this little gate and he ran to some other gate and he's probably just checking up with people or whatever. But I thought, wow, the way that they put this out, the way that they advertise it, they make it like, oh, he's the creator of this event, so jolly, so happy, so, loves chain food, so you'd think, part of chain food is the people that love chain food. We're fast foodies. It's what we are. And pretty much what they were saying was, or at least what I took it as, was have your event, give these people what we give these people. Then it really matters at night. It really matters when we invite all these celebrity guests, when we invite influencers to come shoot their content. I guarantee you that nighttime slot didn't get a brown Red Robin burger. I guarantee it. Just things like that. If I didn't have this channel, if the reviews on this video are bad, if you guys don't want to see this again, I'm not gonna do it again. But if people want to see it again, if there are chains and certain items and certain things that I really want to see, fantastic. And I'll give you another reason why it was really annoying and why this event wasn't worth it. What happened to Red Lobster? What happened to Kookaroo? The return of Kookaroo was a big deal. You saw my wristbands that I got in the box. It was in the VIP area. So the two really good looking items, the mac and cheese and potatoes from Kookaroo and the cheddar biscuit lobster sandwich from Red Lobster, were only for VIPs. So none of us got to try that. And yeah, people there were VIPs there, but the VIP is expensive. I didn't want to spend the VIP money on this video. And if I had spent the money for the VIP experience, I would have been severely disappointed with it, even more disappointed than I am now. It was really disappointing. And I hope that ChainFEST is watching this to know how bad that their festival was and to know that they gave me a brilliant idea. Fine, fast food festival. How crazy. Obviously, we got years to go. obviously time goes on a lot. See, it might be 10 years. It might be a long time before I could ever make that truly happen. But find fast food. We're investors. We make money with fast food. Find fast food. This is what we do. And you know what? If I'm gonna have to make some money from these companies to do a million times better festival than ChainFEST, so be it. That's what we, the Find Fast family, are going to do. Because at the end of the day, as I always say, fast food at its best is fun. It's simple. And ChainFEST, they took a great thing, fast food, chain food, and they added their own gourmet twist to it. They added their own Michelin's chef twist to it, which to me, they absolutely killed everything that fast food is about. That's really what I think. For example, if I go to my local Domino's, I'm getting a 5-star. When I go to that Domino's, I'm waiting in line, I get to the front of the line, they hand me one of the smallest boxes I've ever seen, and I open it and I see some weird thing that doesn't even represent Domino's. It represents their chain festival more than it represents Domino's, and it's not Domino's. So I hope that all gets it through. And as bad as I feel to bury this festival, they're a successful food festival. They don't need Find Fast Food's approval and opinion to do what they do, but that's what I thought. Definitely not the best event I've ever been to, and definitely, if it's up to me, not something I go to again. It's really it. And one more thing, because I did forget. Shout out Pepto-Bismol. This saved me from sunburn. Every time I now see Pepto, I will get a smile on my face. They had a job, and they did even more. All respect, all love to Pepto-Bismol. Thank you for my hat, Pepto. So now, thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day.